All right, well, we are back in Portland. I'm back in the Pacific Northwest after a very long ride from Vegas up to Portland. It was exhausting but beautiful, and now the Pacific Northwest is nice and cool and relaxing. And I'm here today at Xiologix in Portland, and I'm with Greg Still, who is the managing partner and
Right.
founder of Xiologix, and I'm with Christopher Kusek, who is the Chief Technology Officer. And you also have a background, I think, with Dell EMC.
I do have a background with Dell EMC. Do we want to get into that right now?
Well, I tell you what, why don't we kick it off? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Certainly. All right, so I'm the CTO here at Xiologix. It'll be 4 years on 13 November coming up. Prior to Xiologix, I was in Afghanistan running theater-wide infrastructure operations from 2012 to 2014.
Oh.
And before that, I was at Dell EMC. Well, I was at EMC in its pre-Dell days, running the Worldwide Cloud and Virtualization Division. I've been in the industry for quite some time. I've got 6 books published author on VMware and a number of papers, including my Best of IT Transformation award-winning paper at EMC World 2015 titled 10 Ways to Reduce Costs While Modernizing Your IT.
Right. Now, Greg, how did you come to found Xiologix?
I have been in the IT space for over 30 years and started out in Kansas and doing System 3X and AS400 business, working in the IBM mid-range marketplace, and saw the transition from mid-range centralized computing to centralized computing in the Citrix platform, leveraging Microsoft and terminal services, and saw that infrastructure as probably a way going forward to deploy it. And so I started Xiologix about 20 years ago with a focus on centralized computing, backup and recovery, networking, voice over IP, etc.
Now, I always like to ask founders, about entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a bit about how you view entrepreneurship, and also by extension leadership as well, because you are also a leader as much as an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I think that I have always had a focus of looking at problems and looking at opportunities to try to make things better, and to understand that there's a business to drive from those relationships, right? And so I think for me, my attitude in life has always been, if you'd rather do something else, you should do it. Yeah. And so I love the game of building a business, but it becomes very serious when you start a business and then you are responsible for other people's lives, or you're responsible for their livelihood, and so then it becomes a leadership. And my philosophy on leadership has really been about manage by objective, right? Because I think I try to employ people that truthfully they could probably run their own business if they wanted to, right? But they are looking for the relationship, they're looking for the support in being able to do their craft and support their effort and the things that they like to do.
Wonderful, that's great. So talking a little bit about technology, Christopher, the cloud and digital transformation, data center modernization, huge topic today. How does Xiologix view this, and what are your customers saying to you in terms of their needs and the move to the cloud? Are they embracing the cloud wholeheartedly, or is it a mixed story? Give me a sense of what your customers are telling you about the cloud.
It's an interesting mixed story in some cases, because I've had customers like, boom, we're moving everything we have to the cloud. Yeah. And when it makes sense for them, perfect. Yeah. I've had other customers who are saying, like, we're going to do everything on premises. I have other customers like, we adopted a full-on move everything to the cloud strategy some years ago, and we ran the numbers, and wow, it's cheaper if we actually move that workload back on premises in it. The cloud is an interesting little vehicle. You first get your little dip into, I got my credit card, let me go run that thing through there, and I can move this application over there. That's nice for month 1. Month 12 rolls around and suddenly it's like, oh wow, this is an expensive opportunity here. But a lot of people are thinking month to month when it comes to cloud, as opposed to 12 months to 3 years at a time. Sure. And 36 months out, that number adds up a little bit. And if you're just thinking about it from a little trickle standpoint, it can definitely add up. In a lot of cases, it can absolutely make sense, and that's kind of the way we see it is, we look at our customers and our customers in our partnership look at things together of where does this make sense? And what is the implication and application upon our business, and trying to make sure that they're making good decisions. Certain applications make perfect sense to wholly move it to the cloud, like the Microsoft adoption with Office 365.
Yeah, sure.
In, I'd say 95% of all cases, hey, let's move that to Office 365. We're done here. This is an amazing opportunity, an amazing part of your business. Whereas some other things of, hey, I'm going to move all my domain controllers up there. Like, what if you lose your network connection? Oh, that's not going to happen. So making sure that people are understanding the technical implications of their decision and ensuring that it doesn't impact their business in a negative way. And because each of those, they're not thinking about how each of the small pieces are going to impact. They're just thinking of how this is going to impact at this moment or what checkbox that we're going to be kind of addressing. And making sure we're looking at the whole broad scale picture of it. How are you backing that up? How are you protecting that? How are you recovering that? What happens if you have a problem? What if your internet link goes down? We got a backhoe in the parking lot. All of those things tie together to give you the story of let's make sure we're looking at your entire infrastructure holistically and wholly, as opposed to just trying to address things. Or I read at a publication, I saw a blog post, so I think that's what we need to do.
So Christopher, a quick, did you?
No, go ahead.
Christopher, a quick follow on. How do you see the Dell EMC partnership helping you in delivering those solutions to customers?
So the Dell EMC partnership for Xiologix has actually been really good as time has gone on. So because we were a Dell partner before the Dell EMC partnership, and we were an EMC partner before the Dell EMC partnership, and we were a Microsoft partner. So taking those three, within the trifecta and pulling them all together, the relationship has only gotten stronger as the investments continue to be being made within those organizations, and those investments that we make within our business, and we help to promote and extend these opportunities to our customers. It's just been an opportunity to continue to do good things for our customers in order to produce good quality products, solutions, and deliverables that are affordable and allow customers to be able to take advantage of all this stuff tied together as opposed to a bunch of disparate systems.
That's great. Greg, anything that Dell EMC can be doing better? If Michael Dell walked in the room right now, what would you say to Michael?
Good question. What would I say?
Michael follows me on Twitter, so I could send him a DM if you want while we're in the room.
Yeah,
we'll send him the link to the podcast. Yeah.
There you go.
We can do that.
There you go. I would say that what Dell could do better is, I think one is we are seeing come to fruition the vision that Dell put forward in that they were going to focus on the channel, right? And we have seen that with a lack of contention in the relationships that we have with the direct team. And I think it has to do really with our channel management team that has come through and run a lot of interference, right? And so I think at the end of the day, I just, that process has to continue to move forward. And I think it has to continue to grow. So I think, relationships are about a two-way street, right? So.
Sure. As an extension of that, you're in a very competitive market, particularly in the Pacific Northwest. I know you have a broader geographic coverage, but what is Xiologix's secret sauce in terms of winning the customer and ultimately holding the customer and having happy customers?
Right. I think I think a lot of times it's about the relationship that we have with our customers, and I think it's about the relationship and the practical understanding of what a customer is going through as far as the problems they're trying to solve. So we spend a lot of pre-sales time architecting solutions for our customers, drawing it out, making sure that we are understanding what they want to do, where they want to go, what their problems are, and to provide a solution that's going to fix it. And because I think at the end of the day, if as an integrator, right, customers are coming to us for a solution, they're just not coming to add a bunch of hardware because they don't necessarily need it. And our business is not necessarily just refreshing, it's really helping customers really get to a place for technology and processing information that they want to go.
Yep.
Right.
And our partnership with our customers is truly that, it's a partnership.
Right.
People throw around the trusted advisor term and times like that, and that's great when you're giving someone advice.
Yeah.
But where we tend to shine and where customers call me regularly mentioning it's not about what you do when things go right, because you can make every sale transaction work perfectly, but it's about when things go wrong, and that's when our customers tend to shine, and we get letters and we get notifications. I had a call with a customer earlier saying, oh my God, I love working with you guys. And because when things are great, you're supporting me. When something goes wrong or they have a problem or something fails, we're there at their beck and call and ready to help them ensure that they're successful. Because I mean, it's a relationship that goes from stem to stern as people enter an organization and leave, and it just carries forward.
Yeah, well, they can't do business without IT, can they?
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
critical.
And I think the other thing to extend that as well is that our customers know that, you know, when they call us, we're not going to necessarily nickel and dime them to death, right? Because I think a lot of people say, you know, I need to make sure I get this done and that done. You know, it's like, you know, we really want to try to continue, and businesses evolve, right?
Yeah.
Is provide the easy button. Customers want a frictionless way of doing transactions and a frictionless way of doing business and getting things done, because they don't have time to play the game, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, we have spent, you know, I've spent 20 years trying to dissolve that, and, you know, and unfortunately, and this is probably the truth, is that, you know, our customers behave the way they do is because other salespeople have done stuff to them that causes them to, you know, be skeptical. And so, you know, it's about that. It's about relationships, and that's really what it boils down to.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Right.
Well, Christopher, Greg, thank you so much for your time. Really
Yeah.
appreciate it and your perspectives. And thank you also for the partnership.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.